What's up, guys? It's Brandon Flash. You're joining me in Temple, Texas at what is the second largest supercharger outside of California. So as I mentioned, we're at the Temple, Texas Buc-ees, of course, right behind us. And this is a 48 stall Tesla Supercharger with the version 3 chargers. And let me give you just a quick tour of kind of what we have going on here, because this is really cool. It's actually a 12 PSU install, which means it uses 12 prefabricated supercharger units, and it has two 2500 kVA transformers right behind me here to power this entire site. And it's just superchargers for days. You can see all the way back there and all the way over here. Just so many superchargers. I'm gonna put my drone up as well, but let me just give you a tour and show you this. So if you're not familiar with Buc-ees, Buc-ees is a Texas-based chain of basically mega convenience store destination type gas stations of sorts. I think that's probably the best way you describe them. They probably have 80 gas pumps here would be my guess. The largest one in New Braunfels, Texas, which is on the way into San Antonio, that actually has over 100 gas pumps. So this is one of the smaller Buc-ees, as ridiculous as that sounds. And they've actually partnered with Tesla to install superchargers at a lot of, or maybe even all of their sites, which is really cool. You can easily spend half an hour in there. This store is over 50,000 square feet. It is unlike any gas station you've ever seen in your life, unless you've been to a Buc-ees. And over here we have the 12 prefabricated supercharger units. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just absolute madness. And if you haven't already, definitely recommend watching my deep dive on the Tesla Supercharger architecture, because what Tesla does with these prefabricated supercharger units is actually pretty damn cool. So you essentially have a concrete base here that is shipped in on a truck, and it includes the supercharger cabinet, so this box here, and these 4 dispensers, and then also a mini switchgear of sorts. And then that's the entire unit shipped as one, ready to be just craned off of the truck, plopped in here, just with conduits connected. And in this particular installation, as far as I can tell, we have 2 what are called star center units. So those are the site controllers. There should be a 3rd as far as I can tell, unless I didn't notice. I don't have a copy of the plans for this particular site, but just looking at the way the conduits are run. So let me bring you to one of the site controllers here, and I'll show you how I can tell that. So you see, this one is not a site controller, and you have one of the smaller conduits going out of it, the switchgear there. So let's go over here. Not that one. I believe it was this one. Man, it's a long walk with how many of these units there are. So you can see this one actually has additional conduits coming into it. See those 4 smaller conduits? So that's how you can kind of tell. But interestingly, that one there actually has the cellular modem. So I'm not 100% confident in what's going on at this particular site, but it's very cool nonetheless. And let me put the drone up to kind of just show you what's going on. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the drone shots of just this wonderful install and just massive complex for Buc-ees. Let me just show you how well it's charging here as well. So you might be wondering what the heck I'm driving. Since I don't own a Tesla, I drive a Rivian R1T, but this is actually a rental off of Turo. It's a 2022 Model 3 rear-wheel drive, not a standard range plus, it's just called the rear-wheel drive now. This is essentially just the base model, and it has the lithium iron phosphate or LFP battery, which means that you can actually charge it to 100%, has just absolutely wild efficiency, and so far it's an absolutely fantastic vehicle. We're charging here, we're at 90%, and we're getting 44 kilowatts, just like that. Pretty awesome. Charging up to 100%. Let's turn the climate up a little bit there so it's not as loud. And here we have the cost for the supercharger as well. 31 cents a kilowatt hour, super reasonable. And to show you where we are right now, let's go north up. So we're in Temple, Texas, which is between Dallas, Austin, and then there's Waco. So pretty great location right off of 35 here. Cannot complain at all. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Not a huge point to this video, but just wanted to really show you guys this pretty fantastic installation from Tesla, and that they're really building the scale that's needed for the EVs that are on the market right now, as well as what are coming. Hopefully I'll be able to charge my Rivian on sites like this pretty soon. I really hope so, because there's just not enough capacity for CCS right now, but there definitely is for Tesla, at least in most areas. Of course, California is a bit of an anomaly with just crazy high EV adoption, especially Teslas. But I mean, you can see behind me, most of this site is empty. There's like 6 cars charging and there's 48 stalls. And that's awesome that they're doing that, but they could also be making more revenue from allowing non-Teslas to charge here most of the time, or at a higher rate, or whatever the case may be. So would love to hear what you guys think. Comment down below. Do you want to see more just kind of site reviews like this, or would you rather have more purpose-driven videos? And as I mentioned, I do have a deep dive on comparing Tesla's supercharger architecture, Rivian's architecture, Electrify America's typical architecture, as well as on Tesla's prefabricated supercharger units in particular, that if you're watching this video and you've made it this far, definitely recommend checking out. I think you'll find them very interesting and kind of shows Tesla's true advantage when it comes to this DC fast charging architecture. And real quick, before I fully wrap this video up, there's actually a Model 3 over here with a tag on it. And looks like, unfortunately, it is disabled. As you can see, there's some animal sticking out of the front grille. I'm not going to show you too much detail there. Don't want to have it be gory, but there's a pool of coolant or oil or something underneath the front of the vehicle, probably coolant. And it looks like, unfortunately, this Model 3 is dead. Or at least in need of being towed away and repaired, unfortunately. But yeah, this vehicle is illegally parked. That doesn't look like the most convincing sign, I'd say, but yeah, it looks like Florida plates, so hopefully it's not too far from home and that they can get it sorted and everything and get home. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You guys know the drill. See you on the next one.